Hey again, this is Tim from Southwest Rangers. This is our cold start walk around for motor number 111. Motor number 111 is a 1999 KZ1000P. The clock has got 58,000 miles on it, but that's kind of misleading. We had to change out the speedometer. The speedometer quit working at 83,000 miles. So that was how many miles it was on the chassis at the time. If you add that to replacing the speedo at 53,000, it's got 58. So right now the chassis got about 88,000 miles on it. It's in that ballpark. And then about the same amount of mileage from basically the speedo got replaced about the same time as the top end rebuild was done. I had a first size overbore, valve job. So it looks to me like that's about 6,000 miles on that. So say of all the bikes we have, this is our Energizer Bunny. This is the one that we one of the old ones that's still left. The reason why I encourage the boss to keep this bike in the fleet is because of all of them that we were using regularly. This one had the most intact electrical system. A lot of the other ones had been messed with, constantly had problems with them. The one problem we had with this one, we had some issues with the right side switchgear, so we just bought a brand new one and put it on there and haven't had any problems with it ever since. And you can see from looking at this, there's some cosmetic issues. It's got some dents on the tank. It's got a little bit of a scrape right here on the fairing. The bags were replaced at some point, and I repainted them. I didn't have to do that, but they look pretty good. The repaint actually looks pretty good. I'm gonna flip on the lights. There's another thing about this bike is it's pretty well lit. Of all the bikes that we have, it's really bright pursuit lights on it. Those will be included with the sale. Looks like the pursuit lights in the fronts are backwards. Should be red on the right side, but nevertheless, they do work. They will be included with the sale, though we will be keeping, as with the other bikes, we'll be keeping the siren horn and the siren box. This has got slightly challenged light on the side there, and then this stupid UFO thing, and then another one of those bright Whelen lights in the back. All of the stuff on this bike works: headlight, taillight, brake lights, turn signals, everything. It's mandated by the sheriff's department. They won't pass inspection if they don't. In fact, they were such sticklers about it, I decided I was having some problems with the rectifier, so I routed the hazard switch to these secondary lights in the back, and that's the only function they have now. I took them off of the brake switch and all of the other stuff, so now they just function as a hazard light. But that's what they do. Turn signals work pretty good. So they only work better when the engine's running, I guess. But anyway, cold start on this one. This bike isn't cold-blooded like most of the other ones. Starts and runs pretty easy. The reason why it's sitting on the side stand, I'll explain that after I get the bike running. It's got a center stand on it, but we don't use it. We don't use it for good reasons, because it's a pain in the ass. Let me get this thing running here. I'm very proud of this one. It starts and runs without a choke, and it kind of goes right into a pretty easy idle. Doesn't take that long to warm up for some reason. I got all the KZ1000s in our fleet. We upgraded the coils on all of them. The reason why I don't use the center stand, at some point in this bike's life, I think someone drove over a curb with it, hit the center stand, and I think the mounts got slightly bent, because when you take it on and off the center stand, it tends to lurch to one direction. It lurches to the right, so I just don't use it. I'll put it up on the center stand if I got to change the oil, I got to do something else to it, but for the most part I don't use the center stand at all. Headlight, brake light, tail lights, everything on this works pretty good. This is the one that has a burned out low beam. High beam is the only one that works at this point. But those filaments aren't that expensive, are they? So anyway, been a good reliable bike for us. Doesn't leak oil. starts and runs. We got new guy, you know, and we don't know whether he knows how to ride or not. We put him on it. This one, actually, the crash bars are in pretty good shape. Couple scrapes on them, but overall, she's a good old girl. This bike's been through some serious scrapes. I won't lie about it, but it doesn't ride like it's been wrecked. None of the ones that we have left ride like they've been wrecked. Track good and straight. Brakes work really good. Everything look good on it. So that's the end of the video for walk around cold start on motor number 111.